What's up? What's going on? Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload. Right up top, you can see PrizePicks. They sponsor this channel. They'll match your deposit up to $100, 100% up to $100. Uh, Using my promo code DEN059. As you can see above, down below, you can see props.cash. It's a tool that I use that you're going to be seeing me use throughout all of my videos. And, I have a promo code for that. It's FDG059. If you can't catch me on YouTube, you can catch me on YouTube Music. You can see the emblem right down below Prize Picks right there. All right. So let's jump right into it, man. We got stuff to talk about. Games getting ready to come on in a little while. And first and foremost, what I want to do is I want to touch on a few games yesterday to show you guys the importance of a few bets. Okay, starting off with one of the high total games yesterday was the two ballparks that I'm always talking about. Let's go straight to and that's going to be the first game today. So that's definitely a good segue for. So let me go straight to the Cardinals game here. Okay, so now I know I went past it. My eyes are just so fucking shot. Really? Houston, San Francisco. Look at Houston. Houston got blanked yesterday, man. San Detroit, Kansas City. Oh, it's not because it's why y'all ain't say nothing. It's already on there right here. I'm looking for the damn game. Either way I go, hey, so look, all right, St. Louis, they didn't have a good game yesterday in the show. So all right. Small park, you can see what the score was. It was 10-3. Number one, it still went over. Small ballpark, runs get produced in there. So there you have it. Now, they put up 10 runs. Cincinnati put up 10 runs. They hit one home run yesterday. Okay, they play a lot of small ball. Okay, so they hit one home run yesterday. The importance of runs, hits, and RBIs, even if you're betting them individually, which I'll show you the discrepancy in numbers. You know what I'm saying? I'll show you the discrepancy in numbers in a minute. You just have to do your homework to figure out, which one of these guys, which one of these teams gonna exploit, these hits, runs, and RBIs. Because like betting them single, you get more better odds betting them single than the hits, runs, and RBI prop alone. Now, me as a fantasy player, you know what I'm saying? I do, we do, I like to do run stacks, you know what I'm saying? Like the first through four, 1 through 3, 4, 5 hitters and stuff like that. And these tend to be the guys that do the most damage, okay? So, runs, hits, you can see everybody had two, 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 four, 2, 4, 2, 2, 2. That's runs and hits and RBIs 1, 2, 2, 1. So they was getting it cracking, all right? The same thing applies for the other games, you know what I'm saying? Just like the Miami and Colorado game. Same thing. Another small ballpark, runs get produced up in there. Look what Marlins did right here. So when I say the hits, the runs, you know what I'm saying, the RBIs, you know what I'm saying, the home run or whatever the case may be. And when I give you guys like, hey, I like these lefties and this and that and other, you know what I'm saying, and I rattle off these little numbers that I look at, it all means something. All right. Now translating it over to the books, let's just look at run scored for instance. Okay, so you look at these numbers: the plus 120s, plus 185s, and Newt Bar, and then you're gonna get Gorman at a minus 105, and then you're gonna get somebody like Goldsmith. Interesting. Is Goldsmith in the lineup? Let me see, man. I'm sorry for this intro, but I have to break this down to you guys. Uh, um, Goldsmith might not even be in the lineup today, and I was just about to yeah, he not in the lineup. Okay. All right. So that's interesting. Always make sure these guys are in the lineup, okay? Always make sure these guys are in the lineup. So, like I was saying, let me just go give you guys the importance of what these numbers are real fast. Like I said, there you have that. Now you're looking at RBIs. RBIs. Look at the RBIs. All right. Look at the numbers for RBI. Just the one RBI. All right. 175 plus 220, 210. You would get somebody like DeJong. He's been on fire plus 150. You know what I'm saying? So you're not limited. You're not limited. You just got to figure it out. All right. The hits, runs, and RBIs. Uh, these numbers look presentable. All right, they look presentable, and like I said, the totals that we got in this game, just getting ready to come on, is at 9.5. Okay, 9.5. Vegas expects to be runs to be put up. You can look at the box score from the totals from this game, this series, and Great American Ballpark. They hit the over, I think, every game. All right, so enough of that rambling, man. I just had to get that out to you guys. Now we're on this game right now. And I was looking at the right hand batters here. Okay, so let's just go to the lineups here. And I was looking at the right handers. All right, so Paul DeJong, he's since there's no Goldie in the lineup and no there's no Goldie and no Noran Arenado. Noran Arenado. Okay, okay. All right. It's all good. I feel like DeJong though. Okay, he's 0.972. I already had him on my paper. So he's batting 0.9972 versus right hand pitching. However, Weaver. All right, so Weaver he's giving up a .960 OPS to lefties and a 1.047 OPS to right hand batters. So he's giving it up. Okay, he is giving it up. So like I said, Gorman in there, yeah, Gorman. So Gorman is probably going to be my top home run play for on this one here. I was going to go there first, but Norman, Gorman, and then Paul DeJong. So, but all these guys, man, Weaver is trash, man. He's giving it up. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's in play here. Okay, so they have that. His walks. What did I have? His earned runs. Look at these 4 earned runs in every game except for one. His hits allowed. Look, 8, 7, 9, 8. Like walks. Like 1.5 at a parlay piece. Couldn't talk you off of that. St. Louis ninth at giving at drawing walks. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know the deal. And then um Weaver. I mean not Weaver. McCollus, I just don't want to back him either right now, man. So it's probably going to be the over or some bats for me in this spot here. All right, some bats are either the over, one and the over. The over has been trending really really hard. McCollus showed the ability to walk batters. Now this walk sitting at 115 and Cincinnati versus right hand pitching is they rank number 3 in drawing walks. So, and he's hit this number every game except for two at a minus 115. Let me write that down because I might like his walks here. Okay, so McCollus walks. Okay, so let's keep it moving. All right, I'm showing you guys. I'm trying to give you guys what I can give you. All right. Uh, Toronto Blue Jays at Tampa Bay Rays. Didn't look at too much here in this spot. Didn't write this down, nothing down. I did write down Tampa Bay or nothing for me. Uh, and then I was looking at some of the props for Manoa. His walks, hits, allows, and earned runs. So right now, he's hit this walk prop 1.5 in every game except for three. I don't, Tampa Bay is a team that I can see getting 2 walks. So if you want to use this as a parlay piece, be my guest. You're gonna get that on DraftKings. Okay, hits allowed. He's been giving up hits like Tampa Bay is number one WRC plus versus right hand batting pitching and left hand pitching. So 6 hits is not out of the realm of possibilities. Along with earned runs, 2.5 earned runs. I mean, it is what it is. So they have that. His hits. His I probably hadn't sprinkled nothing on none of it yet, but those are in play. All right, I got a few minutes before these games start, but those are in play. All right, those are in play. All right. Next game on the docket. Let's talk about. Oh, right, whatever. Miami Marlins at Colorado Rockies here. We got an over under 11. It's just like I alluded to in the beginning of the game. Hits. This is another small ballpark. Okay, we got a total of 11. All right, and we know what Coors. We already know what Coors can do. Okay, so I'm just looking at bats here. I'm not interested in any one of these pitchers. We do know that Garrett, he can, he does have some K stuff, but Soler, man, versus left-hand pitching, man, he's batting what's that, a 1.558 OPS versus lefties. You can just about ring him up for a home run. He hit one yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Up in this ballpark, you could just about ring him up. I might sprinkle something on it because I'm up already on him. All right. But yeah, Grichuk, De La Cruz, Bryant, Reyes if he's healthy, Cooper, just to name a few bats. I like them all. Okay, I just like this game for for runs to be put up. I mean, what else can I say? Favorite bats definitely gonna be Soler, but there's some other bats that stand out as well. San Diego Padres at Washington Nationals. We got an over under 9.5 in the spot. Snell on the mound, Irvin on the mound. Like I said, we got over under 9.5. Snell, he's giving up upper 800 OPS to lefties and righties. Irvin, he's 8.836 to lefty, so you want to target lefties versus him. I was looking at Soto. Soto's been okay as of late versus right hand pitching, so that's like a match to me. 1.037 versus right hand pitching. Bogarts, he's right there. He's got a nice OPS versus righties too. So I'm looking at Soto number one, Bogarts number two. Honorable mention is going to be Cronenworth there, but Snell on the other hand. I don't really I can't really trust Snell right now. All right. What I was looking at for him, I was looking at his walks, but with Liner sitting at 2.5, he's been walking better. So whenever you're putting batters on base, that's not a good sign. Okay. So if it was at 1.5 at a parlay piece, I would probably take it. All right. Washington the 18th in the league at drawing walks. Small ball team don't strike out much. His strikeout prop is sitting at 5.5. Like I said, versus left hand pitching, this Washington team, they striking out they the least, you know what I'm saying? Well, one off of the least. They 29th, so they don't strike out much. So we go through this every day. So I won't be looking at the strikeouts. I probably won't be looking at his outs. Earn runs for him, sitting at 2.5. I can see instances where they can get there. Washington is sneaky good versus left hand pitching. You can see him there, seventh in WRC plus versus right hand pitching. So they're pretty cool. Okay, even if I don't take a side in this, I mean we got a 9.5 total. Okay, we got a 9.5 total, and I was looking at some of these hits, runs, and RBI props here. Let's look at some of them. Uh, Alex Carl's probably my favorite bat on the Washington side today. His 1.5 is plus 130. Most of this is plus money. I mean, Cronenworth, he's at a minus 140. Candelario, let's see, Joey Meneses is at a minus 130. Lane Thomas, another one of my guys. I like Lane Thomas here. So yeah, Xander Bogarts at a minus 140. So those are some of the bats that I did point out, and you can see in the odds that they're favorite. So Alex Call, Cronenworth, Soto at 2.5. Wow, it's all good though. He's in play. Lane Thomas, yeah, Alexander Bogarts, Bogarts. I always fuck his name up, but those are some of the guys that I really really like in this spot here. Okay, keeping it moving to who did I have written down? Lane Thomas, 1,000 OPS versus yeah, uh, Garcia, Alex Call, Bogarts, and but my favorite bat was Soto, and then honorable mention Cronenworth. Yep. Chicago White Sox and Detroit Tigers here. We got it over on the 8 in the spot, man. You know, I'm thinking about taking a stab at a Caesar special here for Giolito. I just probably gonna sprinkle something on this parlay here. I'm gonna get a bit. I'm gonna get the White Sox the benefit of the doubt on the road. This is not an official play. I'm just gonna show you guys that I'm sprinkle something on this. First of all, I was just going for his outs, okay? So his outs sitting at 17 and a half at a parlay piece. Then I had some interest in his strikeouts, was sitting at 5.5 at minus 127. If you like that, I would straight bet it if I was you. You'll get those two. This is the only book that gives you the option to do the outs, you know what I'm saying, in the same game parlay. You get that at a plus 136. Then I started digging a little bit deeper and I'm like, man, I lean. I mean, if I'm taking a side in this one, it's probably going to be, uh, it's going to be, Chicago White Sox or nothing. So I was gonna sprinkle the main line in there and get a plus 230, but whenever I do these trifectas, it never pans out for me. But I'm gonna probably sprinkle something on it, So I'm probably sprinkle something on it. Giolito. Speaking of while we on the Giolito discussion here, 5.5 Ks. Detroit 10th in striking out versus right hand pitching. I haven't looked to see what they've been doing lately. However, it just is what it is. His outs, impressive. 17 and a half outs. It's going to be at 18 and a half in a minute. He's hit this number in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. They're leaving him out there. So WRC C plus 27 Detroit versus a right hand pitching. So I couldn't talk you off of that. I'm not looking towards the walks, even though I'm not looking towards anything else. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm looking towards right there. Was his outs and his strikeouts. All right. So those numbers look good. I mean, he hit a strikeout number in every game except for 3 this year. And then he's hit these outs in every game except for 2. And he's on a streak right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 game outs streak. All right. Hate for him to go ahead out there and fuck me out with this one, but it is what it is. Next game I want to talk about here is going to be the Baltimore Orioles at New York Yankees, over under 9 in the spot. All right. Now, like I tell everybody, and like everybody should know by now, this Baltimore Orioles pitching staff is not that good. They got to outscore you, which they can do. All right. We got Schmidt on the other side. We got Gibson on the mound. We got Schmidt on the other side. All right. So Schmidt, he's giving up. He's pitching his worst ball to lefties and switches, and that's what they got. Baltimore, they got him. All right, so we got an over under 9 in this spot. He does got some K stuff though, but let's look at these lineups here. So they do. Smith does have some K stuff. Cedric Mullins, I expect him to be leading off today. All right, so he's a lefty. I like him. Probably my favorite bat. He's gonna steal bases. He's gonna do all this shit. All right, so he's giving uh let's see 1.45 OPS versus switches and 0.931 OPS versus lefties. Okay, so here's how they probably gonna come, just like this: Mullins, Rushman, switchy right there. Santander, a switchy right there. I'm gonna fade Mountcastle, Frazier. I'm gonna go with him. The lefties, Gunner down there in the 7th hole spot. He graded out pretty well to me too. All right, so this is how baseball is, constructed. You know what I'm saying? They try to put their best out there, for these pitchers. So, Schmidt, I expect for these guys to put. I haven't looked at their team total, but I expect for these guys to put up some runs on him. The over is in play for me here. Okay, the over is in play for me. Let me see. Let me see. Schmidt. His walk line. All right. Baltimore around the middle of the pack of drawing walks. You'll get minus 173 for his walks at a parlay piece if you want to get there. It's only sitting at 1.5. He's hit this in 4 straight games. Baltimore does have some bats. They can do it. I don't know if I'll get there. His hits allowed props in at 4.5. I like it. I mean, they sitting at WRC plus. They sitting at Baltimore sitting at the right outside the top 10 at number 12 in WRC plus. So shit, and he's giving up 4 hits, 4.5 hits or better in every game except for 1. And he did give it up to Baltimore in the beginning of the season. How many Ks did he have versus Baltimore? He only had 3 Ks versus Baltimore in the beginning of the season. How long did he go? He only went 10 outs. How many earned runs did he give up? 4. All right, so that was versus Baltimore. And his earned run sitting at 2.5. Couldn't talk you off of that either. Okay, just some things I want to point out there. You could do the due diligence yourself. You can look at some of those Baltimore games. They giving it up. They giving it up. I mean, they putting up runs. When they win, they putting up runs. All right. Gibson, on the other hand, I like lefties versus Gibson. Now his walks are in play as well, but I don't know if I'll get there. But I probably would get there for the simple fact that anytime you got Aaron Judge on the mound, I mean, in the game, he could get 3 walks himself. So it's sitting in a parlay piece. It'll be at 2.5 in a minute. He's hit this number in every game except for 3. A 3 game streak right there, and a 4 game streak right there, giving up 1.5 walks or more. The hits, I couldn't talk you off his hits or earned runs. I probably won't get there, but I couldn't talk you off his hits or earned runs. I mean, Judge out there. My favorite bat is going to be Rizzo here. He gives it up to the lefties. Gibson. He gives his worst pitching to the lefties. 9.12 OPS versus lefties, and then Rizzo, he's hitting lefties pretty well, and he's got 2 home runs versus. No, he's got 1 home run versus this guy. Okay. Keeping it moving towards the Philadelphia Phillies and the in the Braves game here. Self-explanatory here. I'm looking for runs to be put up in this one here. Couldn't talk you off a side for neither one of these guys. I'll tell you this right here. Dodd, he's giving it up. 1.369 OPS versus lefties, 0.929 OPS versus righties. That's just man. So the bats here. Um, I mean, Harper, he's self-explanatory. Um, did I write something down? Stott, uh, Schwarber, okay? So this kid Dodge is stinking it up. I mean, he's stinking it up. You can see he's stinking it up. Hits allowed, uh, 6 hits or more in each and every one of his games. He started this year already. Earned runs, 3, 7, 1. Walks, 3 and 1. I can't mess with this kid. Um, and then Nola. All right, so Nola. Now this team will strike out if Nola can get his stuff together. Then his strikeout line is in at 5.5. If he can get it together, there's instances where he can hit this strikeout. But there's some batters over here that got some history versus him, so I'll rattle that out real fast. Acuna, he's 13 to 36 with 5 singles, 4 doubles, 4 home runs. Olson's 3 for 15, 2 doubles and a home run. Riley's 18 for 42, 10 singles, 5 doubles, and 3 home runs. Um, so there you have that. I don't really target Riley versus righties, but I do target Acuna and Olson versus righties. Acuna hasn't had a hit in 2 games. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, he's due. He hasn't hit a two. He hasn't had a hit in 2 games. Uh, I'm undecided in this one. Two tough ass. I mean, Atlanta is tough as hell. Despite the numbers, Atlanta is a tough team there. So I don't know. Oh, maybe they're over. I don't know. Maybe just some bats, some hits, runs, and RBIs. Maybe some hits. Maybe some RBIs. That's probably it. San Francisco Giants and Milwaukee Brewers. I don't have nothing for this game. I didn't look at it. The pitching is wild as hell. I don't even know who's pitching. New York Mets and Chicago Cubs here. We got an over under 8 in this spot. And look, Hendricks on the mound, so this is his season debut, so he probably won't be pitching all that. You know what I'm saying? The Cubs bullpen has been okay. Carrasco, he hasn't been okay. He gives up his worst. He's over 1,000 OPS towards righties, and all the right hand batters for Chicago has been standing out to me. Even switches like Hap. So at the end of the day, if I'm betting this game, it's probably still gonna be Cubs or nothing for this one. I might just stay back, but listen, all the right hand batters grade out well for me. And last but not least, Oakland Athletics at Seattle Mariners here, and it's gonna be Oakland Athletics or nothing for me in this spot. I haven't pulled the trigger on it. What I was probably gonna look at a prop though. Tell you the truth, have been eating off the Seattle and Athletics series, so I do got some of that money in my pocket. But we got Gilbert on the mound. Gilbert has been okay. He's been good. So what I was looking at here, I don't know if I want to get to the K prop, but a 6.5. He's faced this team once and he didn't get there. All right. He didn't get there. He did have Oakland is they striking out the number one on the season. They number one striking out versus right hand pitching. So that's one thing. However, the outs here, um, he did, the outs look intriguing. He's hit this number in every game except for one. If I like his Ks and I like his outs, I'm gonna probably end up just taking the outs. So I'm gonna end up taking the outs there. Give me the outs 17 and a half minus 120. Give me the outs there. All right. Uh and I won't be looking at anything else. No earn runs, nothing like that. All right. So I'll take the outs for Logan Gilbert minus 120. Couldn't talk you off anything else. That's a good number. Besides taking I could take the 1.5. You know what I'm saying? But I'll take the outs in the pitcher's park. You know what I'm saying? So there you have that. But like I said, if I'm going to a side, it's definitely money line parlays, run line straights. Favorite bet is gonna be Kalenic again. He sold me last night. He might take their ass. He might take them down tonight. We'll see. All right. With that being said, guys, peace.